Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the members only chat. So, I want to say good morning to Chief, Blue, Diana, Tammy, and thank you for joining us so far. So, today we're going to be doing one of them is a request. The other one is going to be more or less, let's see how the Daybell thing goes. I'm going to open up one more window because I don't have a ton of light in my room. And then I also want to share some of the items we're going to be putting in the store soon in case y'all are interested in those items. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, that should be a little bit better, hopefully. So let's see. I'm glad, Diana. Like I said, yeah, basically this is just going to be straight reading. I also wanted to share with y'all, I went ahead and got a for my pendulum. So that way we will go ahead and be using the rose quartz pendulum for some of these questions. So that way it can give me more answers, or if I need to rephrase it, if there's anything that's not, coming out the way I'd like it, we go ahead and use the cloth to kind of clarify that. Or not how I like it, but how it makes most sense. So, let's go ahead and do, if y'all don't mind, we'll just kind of drop some of the store items that we'll be adding in case y'all are interested in those. And then we'll go straight into, I like to do Israel keys first. And there's a reason for that. So if y'all are interested in looking at some of that real quick, we'll go ahead and get it out of the way. And then we will start with the Israel keys and the Vallows. So I did put up a couple articles. So what we're going to be doing with the store soon, we're going to be adding, and now some of y'all have already purchased these before. They are bath salts. They're pre-charged. They have roses, juniper berries, all kinds of other herbs inside of them, and sea salt to help cleanse your body. So that is something that is going to be in the store if y'all are interested in that. We also do have these adjustable raw black tourmaline necklaces. So they are, his and hers, and then one size fits all, whichever one you like. I'm also wearing one of these. This is the 7-knot Evil Eye bracelet, and you can also get it in black if that is something that you want to do. Let's see if you can see it better. There you go. And then we have these two. These also have the evil eyes and the amulet on it. And so there's also an evil eye within the amulet. We also have it in red as well. So those are going to be available. And then we also do have, at this point, these rings are going to be for the men. So they are size 11s. So that's something that will be in the store. We also have some of these bracelets. They're lava bracelets. So one's a chakra and the other one has tiger's eye. And so you're basically able to soak them in oil, and it absorbs the oil, and it's supposed to help carry that energy for you. And the next one we have, again, is just an evil eye bracelet. And then we have the Metatron protection amulet. So you can get it in the stainless steel and then obviously the black metal steel. So then we also do have two different kinds of sachet bags. We have one that has 3 things included in them already. One is dragon's blood, and we want to thank Blue for contributing to that. And then we also have a Palo Santo stick in there, and then the selenite and some roses. So you get the 3 items with the roses and the sachet bag included. Now, if you do not want the sachet bag and this is a set, you are able to buy them individually. So if you only want a selenite sticks and Palo Santo sticks, whatever you want, we can sell those individually. And then when you do order these, you will get a sachet bag with it to go ahead and pour your items into it. So that way it does not kind of like stain up your bathtub. And then the next one we have is going to be another protection symbol, amulet. So that is, we have 3 of these available. And then the last one that we have, and this is also stainless steel, is going to be a wolf with the moon. So these are items that we are adding to the store. So I did want to share them with you because I have not set it all up yet. But again, I kind of wanted to just share that with you. Oh, yes, Rex is very interested. He wants to know what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and put these items back in the box for the store. But again, I just did want to share them with y'all so that y'all know what's coming up. So if y'all are interested, that y'all are able to go ahead and, you know, maybe get it for yourself before we don't have too many of them left. We will be getting different ones in. I am working with someone else on it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close these up in my box. And then we will move on to the readings. So I'm going to move these two so the kitty doesn't eat them because he likes sage. Yes, and the bracelets are super cool. Actually, Chief and Blue both have one. So you are able to go ahead again and soak whatever oils and intentions you want into your bracelet. And then you can also re-soak them later on to kind of go ahead and change that if you would like to do so. So it is also good to kind of carry around that energy with you on yourself. Oh, I saw it. I didn't see it behind me. So let me see. We will be starting with Israel Keys. So with Israel Keys, he has, let's go ahead and pull up the article. It was requested because they wanted to go ahead and see if he basically had anything to do with the, I believe it was called the Boca. Let me see. So he was possibly suspected for the Boca Raton town. Yeah, I believe it's called Raton or Raton Town Center Mall killer. So they haven't really, confirmed it. But in 2007, some of the people were saying that the person who committed the crimes resembled Israel Keys. So let's see. That's basically all we're running off of, is that they're saying that he resembled him. A lot of people are saying he resembled him. I think when he was asked about it, he never confirmed whether he did or didn't. So, yeah, exactly. He's the dung beetle alarm. So we're going to go ahead and pull. And what I'm going to use for Israel Keys probably is going to start off as... I'm going to use the Code K Tarot for him just because he was already a little bit kind of mentally disturbed completely before some of this stuff happened. So we want to ask, for him to come in with the spirit guides. Oh, yeah. Rex is on it. So we will go ahead and start with Israel Keys, see what we get. See if it had anything to do with the shooting in the mall. All right, so we're going to ask for Israel Keys to come in with his spirit guides. Okay, so I'm going to say immediately, I would think that he probably did have something to do with it. The reason is because secrets are kind of revealed. And a bunch of people came forward, a few women, saying that they did feel that he had kind of resembled the person who did it. This would be the secrets being revealed as far as the cycles or who was involved. Also, the Knight of Swords is here. So the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's exactly what it looks like. They are coming in, and they are kind of, as you see, they have the sword placed to this person's neck. So they kind of are trying to, overpower a situation, and they're coming in very harsh, and they're trying to kind of slice that situation and handle it the way they'd like. So is there anything that he would like us to know now about the shooting in the mall, if he had any relation to it, anything of the sort? He is going to have Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords to me is going to say he is communicating that, yes, he probably did have something to do with it as far as the legal system, and he is letting people know that he does not feel it did break hearts, but he does not feel sorry for it. He had no remorse for a lot of the things that he did. So that is part of the issue with him. So let's go ahead and see what led him to the moon in reverse, as far as wanting to kind of release this cycle on these people in the mall and commit the crimes that he did. Stop it, Rex. Sorry, he's pulling up my night clothes. So let's go ahead and see with the moon in reverse. You pretty much are saying, yeah, 9 of coins. So this was almost like he did this independently. He did it within the earthly realm. He was very proud of what he did. He's not denying that. That is something else that he added to his collection of things that he felt that he accomplished. So I'm not sure if he stole money in it or if it was just the shooting, but either way, it was kind of a way to fulfill his earthly needs. So whatever that may be at the time. So let's also go ahead and see. Yeah, so with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it is saying that he came in very quick and acted very sharply. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is the off with your head queen. So it is very much saying that I do, even though it is a female energy with the queen, it doesn't, anybody can carry that energy. So when he went in there, he was emotionally invested in making sure that he was able to kind of execute this shooting the way that he wanted it to go. With the Three of Swords, he's saying he does not so much feel sorry for the situation still. And let's see why. Because of the Seven of Wands. So he was doing a lot of things. He's basically saying he committed a lot of crimes, did a lot of things. So he's not really feeling too sorry for what happened. Again, he felt that he was always needing to do things action-wise to kind of go ahead and defend whatever stance he was in. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. But again, he felt that things were always coming from different directions or people's behaviors. So therefore, he was okay with breaking certain people's hearts, because he felt like sometimes they would come towards him and kind of present to him maybe obstacles that he was not aware of why they were bringing it to him. So I think that contributed a lot to his behavior. So let's go ahead and see too with the Nine of Coins as far as it. Yeah, so with the Two of Coins, he's also going to kind of say that he did, go ahead and have the choice to commit this crime, not to commit this crime. He's pretty much saying that he has with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So let's go ahead and see why the Queen of Swords is in reverse. Because of the Devil. So he is saying he did carry the Devil energy. That is quite clear that he acted that way. So he is saying the reason he did it is because he felt pushed to do so. He had this connection, this addiction to kind of go ahead and behave this way. So that is going to be pretty much the reasoning of why he committed it at the time. Why is the Seven of Wands here for how you feel now about committing the shooting at the mall? Because of the King of Cups in reverse. So he was not happy with his emotional situation, so he decided to kind of take it out on other people. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. He didn't like that people would come at him at different directions, not really knowing where it's coming from or why they were being defensive, even though a lot of the times it was caused by his own behavior. He felt with the King of Cups, he could dump out that whole energy and kind of release that back on society. And I think that is why he did that, what he did with the mall. So do y'all have any questions or comments about the mall? That yeah, he planned it very well. This was something, it was more or less, it feels like, to make a point. That's kind of how I'm getting it. It was more or less to make that point that he could and that with people treating him a certain way, he felt justified in doing that. Again, he had the Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands, so he really didn't care because he was emotionally unstable. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces in reverse, King of Cups. So do y'all have any other questions about him, though, and his crimes, how he handled them, things like that? Let's see real quick. Yeah, it was a narcissist trait. He did, I mean, everything he pretty much did was for the shock factor and things like that. So, like I said, again, this was a request because it was never confirmed whether he did or he didn't. But with this, he's very much giving the clarity of he did. Now we can go ahead and use the pendulum cloth to kind of go ahead and see what we get. So this is going to be the pendulum cloth. So we're going to just kind of ask him a couple questions. We're going to use the rose quartz because I feel like he needs to be tamed down a bit. And then we're going to kind of ask him as far as the mall shooting, did he do it? Things like that. And then he does have will not answer is an option for him. So yeah, I know a few of those too. More than a few. Responsible for the mall shootings. I'm going to turn this down the best that I can. Let me see. I think I might be able to put it on the computer board and y'all can see it. No. Trying to think of a way for y'all to be able to see it without it. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to do it to where you can see the cloth. But I will try to set it up next time so y'all can see the cloth. So again, we're going to ask him if he had anything to do with the mall shootings. Now he is saying yes. And I do want to make a point of this. When I was using my pendulum before, up and down to me was yes. So apparently side to side is yes on this particular cloth. So that is another thing I want to point out. So depending on the cloth you have, it might be better to get a cloth so that way you can go ahead and see if they're all the same or if they can vary in their yeses or their nos. But he did say that he was a part of it. I'm going to ask if he planned it or if it was impulsive. Was it impulsive? No, it was not impulsive. Are you sorry for what you did? He's saying no, he's not sorry for what he did. Yeah, it was more like a built-up rage thing. So next time I'll go ahead and what I'll probably do is run the live from my phone, set up my computer. That way I can angle the phone at the actual cloth. I said because I was kind of hoping if I angled the camera down, you'd be able to see it, but it's too much right here, so you're not able to see it. Would he do it again? I was going to ask that. That's a good question, Blue. I'm going to say yes because he said he didn't regret it, but we'll kind of go ahead and see. Look, there's a little bit. I don't know how much y'all can see that. Hold on. Shit, I'm scared my computer board's going to fall off. Okay, there you can say, so you can pretty much see it. If y'all can see it pretty well, let me know. Okay, perfect. All right. So we're going to start over then. So now that y'all can see it a little bit better. You do see the yes, you see the no. Will not answer, try again. Okay. So Did you commit the crimes at the mall? Did you plan them? Would you do it again? Yes. Do you regret what you've done? Anything? So that would be more of a no. Okay, so how do y'all feel about that being able to see a little bit more with the pendulum board? I feel like that gave us a little bit of a more secure answer with this, so we'll start using this more. Okay, good. So we'll start using this every time at the end of the readings, and then we'll do it with the Vallows too. Now with the Vallows, is there any information that y'all have on that y'all are particularly like, maybe wanting to ask more? I know they're supposed to be on trial or getting ready to be on trial. I know that there's a few things that they are trying to stall on or maybe change the subject. So, is there any particular questions that y'all have that y'all are aware of? Like I said, I know they're getting ready to be on trial. Obviously, Lori's lying like a mother effer, and Chad's just sitting there like the dummy that he is. So we kind of want to see. I want to know what y'all want to know the most about what's going to happen. I mean, I think they're going to be convicted. I think they'll draw it out as long as they can, but are the dates for the children's murder related to that? I just want to make sure before, and I probably will use the pendulum board again for that, just because it's very specific, and I feel like that would help a lot. Platypus. Oh, all the murders. Okay, so let me see. All right, here we go. Sorry if y'all see me lean over. I have to read the questions. Are the dates for the murders connected to satanic rituals? Were the dates for the murder connected to satanic rituals? No. Do y'all have any other questions about the dates as far as the children or anybody else? Yeah, I mean, we could re-ask that question, Diana, if you'd like. It might be some of them were somewhat related in their behavior and the other ones weren't. So that's what I'm saying. If there's certain ones like the children who you think were more, or if it was more of like what she planned on the adults. So if we can ask that, were some of the adults murders more planned, or was it more like the children were related to something? Tammy, my favorite saying is like, was it when people are like that? It's like, you look like you fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. That's what Chad Daybell looks like. Kids, okay. We'll ask if the kids' murders were related to any type of ritual. Were the kids' murders related to any type of ritual? Okay, so it's saying yes. The children's murders were related to something. That is why they were so close in proximity. What about the adults? Were the adults and were the murders of the adults impulsive? Okay. All right, so the kids were more related to a certain date for a certain reason. Now the adults were more because they just wanted to make sure that they didn't maybe speak, is what it feels like. Let's see, why did Lori turn? Let's see. I'm gonna use the Lisa Mermaid Tarot for that. Yes, I do think that Lori and Chad were involved in Alex's death. I'm not sure who Zalima is, but I do think they are, because the Knight of Pentacles is here, so this is bringing in that in, and this is almost like writing it down, planning it, and making it happen with that Pentacle. So I do think that they were involved in it. Listen, I'm just not familiar with Zalima, so I'm not sure. I'm going to scoot this a little bit forward just because my joints are bothering me a tad bit, so I'm going to go ahead and put my legs down. Oh, yeah, sir? Okay, sorry about that. My hip was stuck. Now, again, there's not too much on the Daybells other than what they seem to want people to know. Not know, but confuse them. Little bits and pieces. Give me 1 second and I will be right back. I want to check on something. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. Not sure what made them think they'd get away. If I watched a couple of videos, and she would talk like a child, and I remember them saying Lee started flirting with her around the time her husband had been shot. I want to say Charles. And she was basically bad mouthing him, and she was convincing Tylee to do so too. And you could tell where she was almost talking like a child, and they were just like kind of flirting with her back. And she was like, "Oh, I mean, if you don't, because it's all blurred out. So if you don't see the faces, you would think Lori is Tylee. Tylee sounds older than Lori. And then when Lori would look at Tylee would do like this. So it was almost like she was protecting herself a bit. So yeah, she was beyond narcissistic. No, I'm going to say I don't think that they were planning on having kids. I think this was their way out of having kids. So I think they were going to stay where they were, hoping they'd get away with it. We can ask though if they were planning on having kids. Lori and Chad planning on having kids. No. So, no, when they did what they did, it was kind of to get rid of the children. So they didn't plan on having any more. I think they were, I kind of feel like they were going to stay in Hawaii until it died down, and then they might have traveled out of state after that. But I don't really think that they were planning on having any more children. But do y'all have any other questions about that? Like I said, I know we're talking about the trial and stuff, but they're not giving us much information about it. Oh yeah, they got rid of the spouses and then the children, and then they were off. So that's what I'm saying. And she talked him up so much. I mean, she talked about how he was the greatest, and he was, and I don't know if he was the one that said people were zombies. I want to say it was him, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure how long she was following him, and he was saying stuff like that. But I don't know. It was just like I feel like he just wanted. I know he had children, but I don't think he had a great relationship with them. So I think it was just a way to get her children out of the way, and I think she was willing to do so. So it was almost like it was easy, it was easy to persuade her to do it. And then he had her all to himself. Were Chad's children that? Okay. If this board accidentally hits the floor, y'all probably won't hear from me until I get a new computer. All right, so let's see. I don't remember which way I had it now. There we go. All right, so we're going to have were Chad's children next. No. I don't think he was going to do anything to his children. Not sure why, because he's so convinced with hers, but I think she was very much already willing to do that. But it says no, he did not plan to murder his children next. It was hers. And again, I think it was because he wanted her for himself, where his children didn't really interfere with that. I think his children were quite a bit older, but I'm not too sure. Again. If anyone have any other questions about that, we can go ahead and get to those. If not, then we can kind of do a rundown of the two that we just did. If y'all want to ask any other things before we get ready to sign out in reference to any other cases that we've done, I'd be more than happy to answer them. We got about 15 minutes, so I can answer those for you. And then let me grab this really quickly because my son's at school and my phone's going off. I'm not sure why. Okay. Did Chad kill his wife? I believe so. But let's go ahead and get that too. All right. Did Chad Daybell kill his wife, Tammy? I'm going to say yes. I do think that he did. Okay. Have Lori and Chad communicated since in jail? Saying no for the moment. Will Chad and Lori both face murder charges? Will Lori face murder charges? Yes. Will Lori be convicted of the murder charges? Yes. Will Chad be convicted of murder charges? Yes. So they'll both be convicted for murder charges. Now, I'm not sure what the penalty there. I don't know if they do life or what it's going to be, but I'm kind of feeling like life more than, but again, I don't know if they even have the death penalty where they are, but I feel more it's life. No, they're not going to get away with it. Yeah, there's too much evidence. They've lied too much. She's laughed about it. He's lied for her. They're not cooperative. Still to this date, they're still trying to tell all these crazy stories. So yeah, I think they'll both be convicted for sure. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Yeah. I mean, if they did that, Diane, there'd probably be a lot less problems, that's for sure. But, we have to handle things humanely. Yeah. Well, not even that. They had the phone pinging back and forth from when the children went missing. So it's like, and it was Alex's phone, I believe, but Alex also murdered Charles, and it was this BS story as to why he did it. So I do feel like, yeah, I think Chad will definitely have the charges, but Lori will too because they were her children and she lied about it for him, and she was very much in on it. So yeah, I think they're both up shit creek basically. But do you have any other questions though regarding that? Like I said, I know this one wasn't too in depth. I want to just do the members only, kind of get these two cases kind of read into a little bit more because I hadn't heard much about the Vallows. I was kind of curious how that was going. And then also with the Israel keys that was requested. But I know it's, early and I don't want to keep y'all too long. Oh, and then I will be messaging the people who are interested in doing the panel for autism. Right. Yeah, even when they asked Alex what happened, and then Lori came up and she was already smiling and laughing. And that's the thing, they took her to the station and she was talking like a child, and it seemed to get away with it. I mean, she seemed to be able to pull that off. And thank you, Chief. Yes, we do have Patreon. You are able to go ahead and join us for that, and it's lots of fun. Oh, yeah, they're nuts. That's something. They're completely nuts, Tammy. But, like I said, there's not any more questions right now. I'm going to go ahead and run just a couple errands for the day, get them done, and then we can kind of touch base. I do have lots of other requests that I've had, so we will start doing those. And then, like I said, I will let y'all know in advance when we have them. So I will post them on the community tab so that y'all will be able to go ahead and link them straight through. Yeah, exactly. And they're nuts, they're stupid, and that's exactly where they're going to end up being, behind bars. Israel Key style. But like I said, I do want to thank y'all for joining me, and thank you for letting me share the items that we are going to add to our shop. Like I said, again, if y'all are interested, I will start adding more information on that if y'all are interested in getting those items for yourself. And then also, again, I just want to thank y'all for y'all's request, being super positive, the chat going very smoothly, and everybody kind of weighing in and, giving their input. But like Liz said, I love you all. And love, light, and health to each and every one of you. Blessed be to all, and thank you for joining me. Like I said, we will be doing one again very soon. I will, like I said, again, I will start emailing the people for the autism awareness panel. So if again, if y'all are interested in that, the people who have my email, anything like that, y'all are more than interested, or more than welcome to join us. Even if you just want to share maybe your experience, a friend's experience, a family member's experience, and how it affected you and your and your loved ones and your family. So again, y'all have a good one, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Thank you again for all the support. I greatly appreciate it, and love and light to each and every one of you. Bye-bye.